Hey everybody, welcome to TechExpress. My name is Steven. I'm going to be showing you how to use the Printify with your Etsy store. So let's just get started. The very first thing you want to do in order to sell into Etsy from day number one is to actually have an account into Etsy, and then later on you wanted to get started by becoming a seller into Etsy. And for that you want to go into etsy.com/sell. As you can see already in here. And before you hit to get started, you wanted to just make sure that you check it out, the tools, the fees, and the cost of what is actually taking from you for your first item listing. So it says here that list your first item for just 20 cents. You only pay transaction payment, processing and offsite advertising fees when you make a sale. So you wanted to just take that in mind. If you, let's say that you want to spend no money, you don't want to spend any cents there, this is something that must be done in order to start listing your items. But if you are okay with that, just hit now into get started, and then what you want to do is to import your email address, hit into continue, and then what I want to do now is to import a passcode. I'm going to hit into register, and then later on you want now to confirm your actual email, then later on you're actually ready to get started. Now you just need to hit into answer a couple of questions, like for example I'm going to hit into let's do this, and then it's going to be asking what brings you to Etsy. You wanted to input just starting to sell for the first time ever, and hit into next. You don't have to be worried about, like, if you're just getting started you don't know what to actually do. So you wanted to tell Etsy what you actually wanted to do into Etsy, into this store, into the selling stuff. So it's going to be taking like a few elements. Is going to be helping you to do this from day number one. So let's say for example that I need help with selling online, I need help with taking photos, with getting discovered into the search, packing and shipping, or just let's say marketing to new audiences, and then hit into next. This one is going to be helping us to get started here into Etsy. Now I'm going to hit into start my shop, and then later on I can start with the shop preferences. I name my shop, the stock, the how we're going to get paid, the setup, the billing, and all of that. So I'm not going to be focusing a lot in here. This is like for yourself, guys. You take your time, name your own shop, your ideas, import your own payment methods, your bank account in order to get started, and then later on you can come back here. We can go directly into Printify. Now in my case I'm going to close this one and open an actual link, which in my case is this one. So as you can see over here into Etsy, I was looking at a few tools here, and now I have an account here into Etsy. I can go directly into my shop manager, and as you can see, here's the shop dashboard, and here's going to be taking like how many total deals you have, the best sets of the orders, the revenue, everything now is going to be set up here. So what I wanted to do is to leave this like this. I'm going to go now into Printify, and here what I want to do is to have an account into Printify. So I'm going to have an account with the actual same email that I have into Etsy in order to link to both of them in just one place. So now that I have an account here into Printify, what I want to do is to go directly into my account. I can look out for my stores, and here as you can see I only have a Shopify and eBay. So what I want to do is to hit into add new store, and as you can see I have the Shopify, Walmart, Printify, eBay, Squarespace, Wix, and Etsy. So choose Etsy, and then later on you wanted to choose to sign in with your Etsy account. So in my case I'm going to go with continue with Google. I'm going to use exactly the same account. So it's really important to choose exactly the same email, your passcodes, everything just in one place. It's going to be a little bit more easier in the future. So I'm going to hit here. I'm going to keep now into continue. Just wait a few seconds there, and then later on we need just to grant access from Etsy into an account, into the actual Printify. So I'm going to scroll all the way down. As you can see, Printify is going to be able to connect, to create, to delete, to see, to billing, to check it out, update receipts, update shops, see private shop info. If you're okay with that, just grant the access and hit into now continue. So I'm going to be now redirected back into Printify, and my Etsy store is now going to be connected automatically. So that means I am ready to get started here into Printify. What I want to do now is to let's get started with adding one product, right? So I'm going to go here which says new arrivals. I think that I'm going to do something really easy, for example men's clothing. So here let's focus into actually I'm going to do with some long sleeves, which is actually this one. And then I'm going to be focusing into some colors let's say that I wanted to look out for the print area. You wanted to filter the elements that you wanted to use for. So I can truly suggest you to focus into something that can be more easier to be sent into your actual store. In my case, I'm going to just change it from Etsy, of course, because we wanted to import it directly from our Etsy store. So here I have my Etsy store. I'm going to go into catalog. Once again, focus into long sleeves. I'm going to choose the first one, and there we go. As you can see here, I have unisex jersey long sleeve tee. There we go. Now here, this is really important. You wanted to choose the location that can be like the more closer to your actual location or to the actual audience where you wanted to sell your actual stuff. For example, let's say that I'm from Canada, so only focus into Canada. For example, the print geek. This is the actual price, the shipping codes, the print area, the sizes, the colors that are available, of course, and of course the location where these actually providers are at. So you wanted to look out for. I'm going to scroll all my way down and have sort by, and I can change from the lowest price, from the highest price, the ratings and all that. So let's say that I want to focus into the Dream Junction from the United States. This is the actual price, this is the average production. Here to start my design, and then later on I just need to import my actual design here, so I can start to import this into Etsy. So what I'm going to do now is to import the design that I have just created. And then what I want to do is to retract and drop later on. So I'm going to leave it like this, or I can make this a bit more smaller. That totally depends on you. And hit into save your product. If you want to have like in backside, that's totally up to you. I have now the title image here, the title image color, the description, and the shipping cost. So you want to leave all of it like that. And I can totally suggest to you here into the profit, this is the amount of money that you wanted to gain. So let's say, for example, that with each sale you wanted to earn the 20% of that price. So instead of choosing 20, I'm going to go and select all, edit the profit, and I'm going to change that I want to, let's say I want to win $5 and hitting to apply. So I'm going to be earning the 5% of that. With that being said, I can go directly into publish, and all of those elements now are going to be saved automatically. I need to enable the automated routing here. How this one works, we'll find an exact match of your product. If an exact product match is unavailable, if no substitution is available, you want to enable the order routing. Leave it like that and hit now into save. Now let's go back into my products. Here it is. It says published. So we can go back now into Etsy, hit into our listing, and check it out the listing section. That we do have the active, the draft, and the inactive. So that means that here is the active product. What I want to do is to click into this product and just make sure that all the elements that I have just imported from the Printify are now inside Etsy. So as you can see, this is the delivery options, this is the variations, this is the description, the type, the renewal, the clothing, the size, everything is now looking really, really great. So if I hit into preview, or into save, of course, you can go into published, and then this product is now going to be looking here into Etsy, and this is our actual product. So as you can see, it's like really, really easy to get started with Printify using your Etsy store, and all the elements now are going to be added automatically, and you don't have to do a lot of stuff. Of course, you need to set up the shipping method, the payment stuff, and all of that, but that's totally from another tutorial. This is just like a broad way of how we can get started and all that. So with that being said, guys, this is how we can get started. So just in case you have any questions, you can leave it down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Hopefully this was very useful for you, and well, with that being said, I'll see you next time.